The 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see Montreal playing against the visiting team. Well, for Golden State, let's just say it has not been a season to remember for them, with a large chunk.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Last game for the Warriors, the loss.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got LaMarcus Aldridge, T.J. Warren out there with Green. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Rozier in at the 2 spot. Schroeder against Paul. Schroeder dishes to Green. Back to Schroeder. Green, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Over Young. Misses off the right iron. On defense, the Warriors.
I think T.J. Warren in this day and age of stretch shooting forwards is a bit of an outlier, right? His build is not as long as some, and a lot of his work is done on the inside of the arc. It's fascinating that he can be effective.
Now, here is Young, following the miss by Draymond Green.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Here's Schroeder, uses both hands to slam it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
It couldn't have come at a better time. With the score being as close as it is, he had to make that play.
And Paul gets it to go in. And for Warren, he doesn't play like most NBA small forwards, Doris, but that's one of the reasons he's found success.
Well, I think this is a guy who can make an impact beyond his scoring. He is really focused on being a better defender and being a better rebounder. This guy always feels comfortable with his offense. He's just striving to be more complete.
For Montreal, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Satoransky. Kicks it to Paul. The feed now to Barnes. Banked in off the glass.
That's just terrific job by Barnes. In full attack mode, dominating that area of the paint. Go to work, Harrison.
Schroeder passes to Aldridge. Green against Young. Dishes it to Warren. Green with a screen for Warren. Launches a 3. And it's Rozier missing.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
And we look at Harrison Barnes' game offensively, Doris. Where does he have to improve?
I think one thing is he needs to become more of a heat seeker. Get into their body. Get to the free throw line. With his strength and explosiveness, you'd like to see him shooting more free throws.
That one misses.
A really solid free throw shooter. The team would like to see Barnes get to that line more often.
Screen by Capella. Here's Paul. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Warriors trailed by 3. Here's Rozier. 11 points for him in that last game again. Green kicks to Rozier. Back to Green. There's the 3. Traps in the tray.
Well, Draymond Green works hard to be a consistent threat from the perimeter. He understands he's the most likely guy to be left open.
Now here's Paul. Against the Lakers, he was really on his game. Screen by Young. Fires for 3. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Barnes. Paul's got 5 now.
And that's how you answer back.
You can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Here's Green. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster.
Our bench is amazing.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of a asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what you've seen from Montreal, guys, what do you think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
We've got Satoransky. Clint Capella is out there with Young. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. And for Golden State, Draymond Green is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's TJ Warren. And it's Rozier in at the 2. Now here's Paul. Barnes left side. Shoots over Warren. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Barnes has got the lead up to 3 now for Montreal. You look at the influences and former coaches of Steve Kerr, and it's easy to see why Kerr has been a success as a coach.
Well, I think if you look about how this man goes about his business, it's important to recognize he played for Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich, and certainly takes advantage of the wisdom he learned from 2 of the all-time greats. Think back to his college coach, Lute Olson. So much of his offensive approach with the fast pace and the discipline came from Lute. It's so smart to take a little bit from each one of the mentors and the guys you've played for.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Doris, as we know, you were born in New York, grew up in New Jersey, lots of basketball talent in those areas. Who were some local players who influenced you early on?
Well, 1983 is the year the Philadelphia 76ers won the NBA championship, and that team was the epitome of cool, Kevin, right? You had the masterful doctor, the power of Moses Malone, but you know who I tried to emulate? Mo Cheeks.
No kidding.
Yeah, the steady, heady point guard who could make big shots and come up with a timely steal. I couldn't be the doctor. I couldn't fly like the doc, so Mo Cheeks was my guy.
Here's Schroeder. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. And there's the pass to Rozier. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Satoransky, the pass to Paul. 1:56 left in the second quarter. Nobody near Barnes. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Barnes has got 8 points.
With that deep stroke, I like Barnes' ability to switch between the 3 and 4 spots. 2 distinct things in terms of spacing on the floor and the requirements of the jobs.
For the 3, that one's good, and the Montreal lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Rozier.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
Well, both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
Now, here is Young. Tips it, and it's put back up and in by Capella. And Montreal leads by 4.
That's just sheer determination on the offensive glass, beating everyone to the spot for the tip-in.
Aldridge a screen. Green dishes to Schroeder. Feeds it to Warren. Pass to Green. Back to Warren. And he banks in the layup. Warren's got his first points of the night.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Screen by Capella. The kick out to Young. And another three for Montreal.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Aldridge with a screen on Paul. From deep, Green. It's rebounded by Paul. Montreal leading by 5. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Screen by Capella. Here's Satoransky. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists in the game.
Just finding the open man. Few who have ever played this game have Paul's vision.
That one doesn't go. And so it's a close. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Ernie
Show.
Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back. Well, for Montreal, Kenny, some perspective, please.
They were really efficient on offense, shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on? That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One of the stories here. Paul with the ball. Harrison Barnes is out there with Young. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Satoransky in at the 2 guard. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. A pull-up. It's rebounded by Montreal. Barnes has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
I think you'd have to say this about Coach Dwayne Casey. He is very consistent with his approach. The players know what he expects, and hard work is always at the top of that list.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Schroeder. He feeds it to Aldridge. And Capella sends it back. Warren against Barnes. Pass to Satoransky. Capella against Aldridge. Paul kicks to Capella. Shot clock at 5. Young's shot is off. And Doris, as consistent as Casey is, flexibility is also an asset for a head coach, isn't it?
Well, I think it certainly can be, Kev. And you see Dwayne Casey starting to experiment a bit more, trusting the younger players, in-game adjustments. Obviously, trying different combinations is important, especially in the playoffs. Gentlemen, this guy goes from good three-point shooter to great when you give him that kind of space.
Barnes with it. Now defended by Warren. Shot off the screen. Second shot opportunity. And it's Capella missing.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
That one drops for him. And it's 6 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Here's Barnes. Another shot. A shot missing. Nice D from Aldridge. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Pass to Green. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Green. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And guys, it is so rare to see a player like Draymond Green who can legitimately guard 1 through 5, right? This guy moves so well, anticipates every play on the floor. He is just so disruptive and can shut down a player on any given night.
And you think, Doris, about the impact of Draymond Green, and he has had on that defensive end, again, Defensive Player of the Year last season in the NBA. Beyond the triple-doubles without any points, he can just erase chances in crunch time.
I would say he is about the last guy you want to go at when the game is hanging in the balance, because his defense raises its level when the game is going to be determined. I think he might have another player of the year on the defensive end in his tool belt before it's all said and done.
Young's shot is off. Warriors trail by 4. 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Warren. Aldridge changes up, and it's good on the layup. Aldridge has got his second basket of the night.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
To the inside, here's Young. Great tee that time from Green.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
Ball against Schroeder. Over in the corner, Green. That doesn't go either for Green. Barnes. It doesn't go for him. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Montreal leads by only 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Get the pass, attack.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, they've got Warren. Draymond Green is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Rozier in a shooting guard. Here's Green. Again, the miss by Green.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he's not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
Screen by Young. Here's Satoransky. Back to Paul. That's a 2 from Barnes. Barnes with another miss.
He does everything right except drain the shot.
Rozier the pass to Green. Schroeder outside. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Montreal has gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. The offensive rebound. Satoransky gets the bucket.
I'll tell you, good things always come when you've got players who work hard for second chance opportunities.
Over in the corner, Warren. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists tonight. For Montreal, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Now the dish to Capella. The pass to Satoransky. Back to Capella. Over Aldridge. That's short off the rim.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Rozier. To tie it up. They get it back. Aldridge misses.
Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Schroeder against Paul. The drive by Schroeder. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Montreal. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the gap to 1. Well, Montreal shooting not great, 40% for the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Capella with a screen on Aldridge. Here's Satoransky. Lets it go with a 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. And Montreal leads by 4.
Found a little room behind the arc and didn't wait around. He just let it fly right in your eye.
What a way to do it. Shooter kicks to Aldridge. Now Paul. He dishes it to Capella. Here's Satoransky. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Here's Rozier. Schroeder buries it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
No doubt. You love seeing him knock down the clutch basket.
Here's Paul. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
No one near him on that one. And I'm not sure why he felt like he needed to fade away.
Warren dishes to Aldridge. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Timeout called the Warriors. They trail by 2. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
My question is, will they go for the 2 to tie or 3 to win?
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Harrison Barnes.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Schroeder to tie it up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's on Clint Capella. He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up.
Well, you have to love his poise at the free throw line. He's never rattled, no matter how much pressure he might be under.
Montreal calls timeout. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Barnes outside. Fires the 3. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. And it's the Warriors to start out. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Rozier. Then there's Warren. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Green in at the power forward. Off the pick. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
Screen by Capella. And Satoransky kicks to Paul. Paul can't get that one to fall.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
The offensive rebound, the second effort, and it's laid in by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And Satoransky kicks to Paul. Nails it! And now they trail by just 4. And here are the Warriors now. Schroeder outside. The kick out to Aldridge. They shoot again. Rozier the pass to Schroeder. Young with the steal.
And whatever play they run has to be quick.
No time to waste. They have to score fast and then foul quickly.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Schroeder against Paul. Shot clock at 6. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Green, no luck. Montreal calls timeout. They're behind by 2. 3 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, what do you think?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
Paul for 3. Right between the eyes.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency.
Timeout called the Warriors. Guys, what's your take?
And they have just enough time for a catch and shoot here. It has to be an immediate shot, though. That's their only hope.
To win the game.
Got it! You did it!
He got it! What a shot!
Wow.
They seriously scrolled out.
Down it goes at the buzzer. Boy, it doesn't get any better than that.
You couldn't dream up a more dramatic finish. 3 points right as the buzzer sounds. This is a ball game people will be talking about for quite some time.
So it's a narrow victory.
Seriously?
What you expect, you up next day, I'll on you. I just thank God cause we came from the rubble.